how-to video using the TAC to measure torque and angle in both directions. We've added 4 new capabilities to the TAC wrench. These capabilities are all added via firmware upgrades. There are no physical changes to the TAC wrench. Only the firmware has changed. To measure torque and angle in the counterclockwise direction with your TAC wrench, you'll need TAC firmware R002-6 or later. If your TAC wrench is paired with the Global 400, it must have Global 400 firmware 1.6.0 or later. If you're pairing your TAC wrench with the Global 400 MP, you'll need MP firmware 4.5.0 or later. And if you use Global Manager software to change P-sets, you'll need to use Global Manager software 1.6.0 or later. This how-to video explains how the TAC wrench now measures torque and angle in both directions. Let's say you're working in a tight space and you have an offset open-end head on your TAC wrench, and so you need to turn the wrench over to get the next bite on the nut and continue to tighten the fastener. With the addition of the counterclockwise capability, now you can turn the TAC over, take that bite, apply torque, and measure torque and angle. Not only will the TAC measure torque and angle in the counterclockwise direction, if you achieve the target torque and angle values for that P-set, the wrench will send an accept to the Global 400. Because the TAC's a mechanical preset click wrench and a digital click wrench, you won't feel the click in the counterclockwise direction. But when the TAC sends the result to the controller, you can be assured that the reading is highly accurate. This is where the digital functionality adds even more value than it already does. TAC has an accuracy of plus or minus 4% of indicated value in both directions. Accuracy and repeatability are important, so we built the TAC wrench around the shear beam transducer. The shear beam transducer significantly reduces the impact of hand position sensitivity. It's also called lever sensitivity. A number of wrenches on the market are impacted by where the operator places their hand while using the tool. Where the operator places their hand actually changes the lever length on some wrenches, which does in fact change torque output. Thus the name of hand position sensitivity or lever sensitivity. If you think about it, hand position sensitivity is adding variables to your assembly processes. And if you're working hard to drive errors out of your assemblies, when is it okay to add variables back in? Whether you call it hand position sensitivity or lever sensitivity, the TAC wrench significantly reduces it in both directions. That means greater repeatability in your assemblies. While this new capability enables the TAC to measure torque and angle in the counterclockwise direction, that doesn't happen automatically. You must activate the capability by changing the direction in the bottom of the parameter screen on the global controller. You can change the setting at the controller itself, or you can change the setting using Global Manager software. Take a look at this P-set to explore the optional settings. Positive is clockwise. Negative is counterclockwise. Both measures torque and angle in both directions. In our scenario with the TAC and an offset open-end head on it, you would select both to be able to use the wrench in the clockwise direction and then turn it over and use it in the counterclockwise direction. Remember, even though you continue to apply torque in the clockwise direction on the fastener, because you've turned the wrench over, it's reoriented, and so now in its world it's traveling in the counterclockwise direction. If you had left-handed threads on a fastener, you'd simply select negative to use the wrench only in the counterclockwise direction while the wrench is oriented with the radio case facing upwards. The TAC wrench provides excellent accuracy and repeatability for torque and angle in both directions. One last note about the directional settings. Setting the directional reading to negative, to read counterclockwise, or setting the directional reading to both disables the capability of loosening detection. For more information about how to have these 4 new capabilities installed in your existing TAC wrenches and global controller, contact your local Sturtevant Richmont torque expert. Accurate, reliable, durable. Tools you trust. From the engineering minds at Sturtevant Richmont.